Let me begin, first of all, by giving you this global economic weather map. A year ago, I told the finance ministers and central bank governors, borrowing from another American president, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, it is when the sun is shining that you have to fix the roof. 6 months later, I pointed to clouds of risks on the horizon. And today, if you ask me, the weather is increasingly unsettled. And indeed, the global economy is at a delicate moment. Only 2 years ago, 75% of the global economy experienced an upswing. So it was a synchronized growth acceleration. For this year, we expect not 75, but 70% of the global economy to experience a slowdown in growth. Exactly the opposite of what we had. But, just to be clear, we do not see a recession in the near term. In fact, we expect some pickup in growth in the second half of 2019 and into 2020. What's happened to global growth? Well, it has been slowing largely because of rising trade tensions and financial tightening in the second half of 2018. But again, to be clear, the expected rebound in global growth later this year and into early 2020 is precarious. Why is that? Because it is vulnerable to downside risks, including country-related uncertainties, such as Brexit, for instance, and broader uncertainties such as high debt in some sectors, in some countries, tensions around trade policy, and a sense of unease in financial markets. For example, should there be a sharper than expected tightening of financial conditions, it could create serious challenges for many governments and companies around the world in terms of refinancing and debt service, particularly those that have borrowed in non-domestic currencies, which could amplify exchange rate movements and financial market corrections. So, indeed, it is a delicate moment in and of itself, and it requires a delicate mix of policies. In other words, it should be handled with care, which means avoiding policy missteps and making sure that we adopt the right policies. At this delicate moment, let us see if together we are also able to produce something that will be worth being remembered. Thank you.